What is good, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we're be playing Tiny Town. I know it's been so long since I've uploaded. I'm finally back. There's been some stuff going on my Discord server. All that's aside now. And now it's time for me to get back to YouTube and play Tiny Town. Let's get into it. So in today's video, we're going to be making the next big part of the city that's kind of like this one right here. And if y'all remember the reoccurring sequence, we add Oblivious Grandma and Unoblivious Grandpa from Komodo Gaming. Shout out to them. And basically over there is gonna be like the suburban area, and then over that way is gonna be like the war and military area, like over here. And then on that side is gonna be zombies and like western, like stuff like that. And then so let's get into it. First let's add we'll add some buildings. Just first off, some big ones. Might outline it, I don't really know. So what we're gonna do to make this a little bit more realistic is add streets and stuff like that through here, and then doing so will basically make me be able to add more bigger buildings in the middle of it, and then smaller buildings on the outside, which is kind of how cities really do it. But most cities are big through the whole thing and small on the outside, which is kind of what we're doing. But this is more of a mini city than a real like huge city. We might add one later on when we play, but for now it's not going to be like that. All right, so we're going to just complete these roads like this. Grab this one, bring it over here, put that there. Oh, like that. All right, so what we're going to do is that's going to be section A, section B, and then it's going to be like construction zone. I think that's what we're going to do, because this big area, it's really close to the zombies. So a construction zone would be really good to shut the rest of the road down. I'll do like a little like sneak peek of that, because the video got corrupted, so that won't be coming out. Like halfway through corrupted, so I'll just give you all a tour of that. Let's move this over. So now we can kind of just have fun with the buildings we want to place. We'll put this one down. We'll put it over here like that, and then add a building right here, right there, like that. Right. See, and that kind of outlines the big buildings, and then on the outside we'll add like a road right here. I think, yeah, that. Take that through, cut it off, and then we will add the road back. So go to the road, grab this one, put that right here. Won't go in. There we go. And then we'll add the single one. We'll add the single one right. Wait. We'll do a four-way, so we'll connect it to the other side too. And then add the single. Add the single here. And then we'll also add the single right here. Alright, so down this little strip, it won't be like a strip mall, but it'll be like maybe like a small gas station, like corner stores, maybe I don't know yet, but basically just some small stuff on the corner, because we'll put the big stuff in the middle. And then on one side, it's going to be like, you know, nothing, and then the other side, it's going to be nothing. Put some small buildings here. Maybe put a clock tower in the back. And the picture we're going for is basically from this angle, you can see everything, the whole city, the racetrack in the background, and just some other cool stuff like that. We can put that here. Wait, I actually have an idea. What if we put like the town capital? No, not that one, because it's, oh no, that's not. We can put that one right there. Then that, I don't like how small it is. There needs to be something big right here. That's like a town capital. That's the Capitol building. Okay, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Okay, take that. We'll throw it away right now, but because we gotta clear out a spot, clear out this spot right here, and it should work. Alright, so we'll clear out these buildings just so you can see the Capitol. Might put some like little stands on the side, like a hot dog stand or something like that. But on this side, we're gonna add a gas station. And just a little tip for anybody that plays Tiny Town, a thing that you can do for the gas stations, because it does kind of clip through the ground. So what you can do, hold on, like that. Slide that over a little bit. That's good. Yeah. Alright, so just a tip. Move everything out of the way of the gas station so it has a clear thing, no clipping. And then on the underside, you wanna get rid of the ground. Doing like this, like that. And then once you cut through the ground, cut like the whole thing out. Because you can fill it back in with the small blocks if you need to. But you cut everything under the gas station out because it clips. And then what you do is you go here, and then you go down. No, not that much. Go down to here, and then you get the concrete, or like the road. And you put it in here, and then it makes it so it doesn't clip. And then for the backyard here, the Capitol, what we're gonna do is we're gonna probably move the watchtower, clip this stuff out. Then we're gonna get not small grass, we're gonna get the large grass, and we're gonna fill it in here so it like looks like a backyard of like, you know, something famous. Which it kind of is, it's the Capitol. I don't really know if that's what the real Capitol looks like in the back, but that's what we're gonna do. Move all these buildings over, so this will have a really large alleyway, but it's okay. Then we're gonna end up fencing it off, but for now we're gonna work on the corner market, and then we'll come back and do that. So we'll start off the construction bit by adding first off another bit of this road. These roads are kind of annoying to make just because it takes so long to do. And like to get the pieces and stuff. I don't know why that's clipping, but I guess it'll be okay. We gotta get this one and then the double right there. And then I don't know why it's clipping still, but it'll be okay. Just don't focus on it. And I know there's... Is it this? No, because I know in most construction sites, it's like a light brown, like this. So we'll light brown it through here, and then light brown it like that. Fill this in, like this. And then, wait, I know there's some smaller pieces, yeah, like here in the race. Finish that, pick this one up, and then finish that off, and then finish this off. Good. Alright, now we're gonna go back to construction, find some concrete, like concrete pouring trucks, and then we'll put two of them and put it like that. And then we'll grab another one, probably the same type, I guess. We'll put a dump truck like it's leaving. Like that, and then have another one. We'll first put another concrete truck there, and then wait, let's actually put the concrete in first. So we'll do small, and then we'll clear. Oh, that's too big, but okay, it'll work. Fill that in just like this. We'll actually have to move this out, that one forward. And then we'll grab, yeah, see, they don't got roads and stuff, so like they only have that. But I know where to do that if I want to now make, you know, a drop off. They got some broken buildings we'll add. I don't think we should put that there because they're still pouring concrete though. So we'll make a spot back here. We gotta get a little creative whenever we're doing this because it won't fit. So we'll clear this out like that. We'll clear everywhere around it. And then we'll add another building right here. And then we'll clear their dirt out around it because it has to be on a platform. So we'll do like that. Clear out this whole entire area. Hear me out. I know it looks really bad right now. Just hear me out. Alright? So then we're gonna go to city or like town. Scroll up till we find the like ground. Scroll over and then we find small concrete. Then we're gonna fill this up like this. Alright, we're gonna fill it up just like that. We can even leave that open just for it'll look kind of cool. Then we'll grab one, put it right there, and then we'll fill this up too. And by doing so, we'll then make it look like there's a concrete slab that it's sitting on. And for the concrete slab, it'll be okay because, you know, we gotta it has to be on a slab. It can't be on dirt or it's gonna sink. I didn't really like the dirt road. It didn't really look good, so we're just gonna fill it in with dirt, and then they'll know the path they gotta take. Okay, so we'll duplicate some of these construction workers. We'll start putting them up. So right here, there's gonna be one. He might be hanging, maybe? Hanging to nail something. I don't think there's hammers in this. It's fine. Basically, let's just add him up here. Like that. He's gonna be carrying a board. I'll probably add the board like later on. Actually no, he's signaling to people. He's like maybe using a walkie-talkie. I don't think there's walkie-talkie, so we'd have to, you know, just imagine it. But basically, yeah. Then we'll have these guys. There's gonna be two up here picking up a board because these boards are really heavy. So he's gonna be basically like bending over to pick up this lumber. Alright, and then we're gonna have his like partner or whatever helping pick up the lumber. And then basically they're gonna be lifting it. We can't lift it because it's part of like the actual building, but we're gonna basically just be setting them to pick it up like that. And then you gotta know there's gotta be some catastrophe. So basically we're gonna have one of these guys like falling into the cement and it's still wet, so you know you're gonna sink. But he's basically reaching out to get help. He's yelling for help, and then we're gonna have his buddy who's, you know, trying to grab a hold of him and pull him out. But that concrete's so strong that basically it launches his buddy in. So they're basically like mid-fall, falling into the concrete. He's gonna be going head first, so he's gonna have a lot of, you know, concrete to be spitting out. He's basically like, why'd you do this, you know? So then we have another one of him. He is also being pulled in. But like, he tried to like pull him like the opposite way. That tried to pull him and not like forward pull him, but like he trying to run and pull him. Well, that cement also pulled him in. So basically there's 3 construction workers that are basically gonna be going face first or back first into the cement. And they still got time though because it's still melting. Like it's still like cooling down and settling and, you know, getting hard. And I'll use a couple of these guys because I haven't actually used a lot of them. So they're basically going to be trying to pass a really big, heavy piece of lumber up on top of this bit of scaffolding. And he's basically like leaning back like it's really heavy. So we're going to have his buddy, or at least another construction worker, helping him pull. Because this lumber is like really heavy because it, you know, building a house, heavy lumber needed. So basically he's like, they're both leaning way back to get this piece of lumber up and not drop it off the building. And then we'll have to make it look like he's not in the ground. So he's like pulling, we'll grab another one, maybe grab this guy. And he's helping this guy down here push it up to the guys up top. He's like, you know, helping. Now I'm pretty sure there's lumber in here somewhere. And right there. That's really small. Okay, we're gonna have to make it a little bigger, not too big. Alright, that might be a little too big. Shrink it down a little bit. Alright, yeah, so look, now they're pulling it and pushing it. They're trying to get it up there. That might be thumbnail worthy, but maybe not. Too many. Cut one. Alright, now bring it over here. And this is basically their walkway up for this building. They're gonna have on the scaffolding. It's basically gonna be like twisted and they gotta walk up it. Which I've actually seen in real life, so not too crazy. It wasn't really a building like this, but it was a different one. You had to walk up like, you know, a piece of wood to get up. So, like, not too crazy. And then we're gonna have basically like almost like a crime scene that happened here. This dude on the edge is calling for somebody to call the police because basically a piece of lumber fell and hit this dude on the head. And basically, that's not really good if you get hit in the head really hard by a big piece of lumber and it's really heavy. So it's not really good. So we're gonna have his friend checking up on him, making sure he's still alive. And then basically, like, yeah, it's not very good. It's kind of bad, actually. Alright, so we'll have the police coming up. They're kind of like the first responders in this situation. There's gonna be a couple making sure, like, it's not a bad crime scene. And then we'll need an ambulance put in because there is gonna be the ambulance here to probably get that construction worker off-site. And then they're kind of blocking off the road, which they don't really need to because it's already kind of blocked off because, the zombie part of the city is right next to them. But basically, they're still gonna block it off because, somebody in the city's gonna be dumb and try to drive through. Right now, they're in kind of a crime scene and, like, everybody kind of needs some space to do their job. The paramedic is on scene. I'm gonna try to set her up like this. Paramedic's on scene, kind of trying to get this guy and making sure he's alive. And then there's gonna be a couple police officers that are like checking out the crime scene or like talking to construction workers. So this one's gonna be checking out the crime scene. This one's gonna be talking to the construction worker. And they have their sheriff down here. Alright, so basically, they're gonna be pointing out that it was this piece of lumber right here that fell and hit the dude's head. So they're like pointing out, like, hey, this is what hit him. It's not like we didn't murder him or nothing. And then this is gonna be part 1 of this video. It's already like 16 minutes long, and I don't want it to be too long. So we're gonna try to get a cut, like a, thumbnail. And I think this is actually gonna be our thumbnail. If you guys want to see more Tiny Town, let me know by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.